What is good, YouTube? It's Dynamic, and today we're going to be talking about the Western Wildcats and their season last year and how it went. But mostly what we're going to be talking about is the strides that I think they can make to get to a World Series next year, because I do think that they are only one or two moves away from making the playoffs, making deep strides in the playoffs. It's just my opinion on what they could do. Now, just a couple housekeeping things real quick. First of all, my voice sounds a little rough right now. I'm a little bit sick, but I had to get this video out there for y'all. I've been wanting to make a video on the Wildcats, so I decided, I got to push through, get this video out for you guys on a Sunday. So make sure to leave a like on the video, comment what y'all think, and if you have any ideas of what you want me to talk about next, make sure to leave a comment because I'll probably get to it. So if you don't know, the Wildcats had a really rough start to the season last year. They lost a series to the Diamondbacks, and they lost the first two games, and they lost them both 10-1, which is a blowout to say the least. And after that, they were able to pick up the third win, but during the middle of the season, they had a 5-game losing streak. Now, in the MLW, when you're only playing 15 games, having a 5-game losing streak derails your season. So this is why they ended up with the record 5-15. However, before the season even started, it felt like Kyle Schultz did everything to put this team in a position to win. Nick Saylor was coming off a bad season, but he bounced back, batting .353, and also getting, I think it was 5 RBIs and 9 Ks on the mound, which is pretty solid considering he is mostly just a hitter. He also had 3 home runs on the season. Jaxen Pearson, out of nowhere, took a step down. It was weird because he had been stepping up every season, so it just felt like it didn't make much sense when he took a step down. He only batted .143 from the plate this year, had 5 RBIs and only 2 home runs. Liam Jackson really wasn't supposed to do anything great, but he did. He batted .238, which is the best you can expect from him, and rookie Ty Fresnick batted .267, which is also pretty decent. Kyle Schultz himself batted .295. He was the main leader of this team. He also led the team in home runs with 4, and he didn't do terrible on the mound himself when he got his opportunities. But then there's Patrick Baalman, who had a rough start to the season. It felt like he didn't mesh super well with the team and struggled from the plate. He only had a 8% batting average, and not to mention he didn't hit a home run and only had 1 RBI. He had 23 at-bats at this too, so he had a decent amount of opportunity. However, where he really picked it up was his pitching at the end of the season, especially when he was able to really connect with the team on the mound. He had an amazing defense behind him with Nick Saylor and Kyle Schultz, or if it wasn't one of them, it was Jaxen Pearson, all amazing defenders. And during this time, he had a 3.13 ERA, which doesn't sound the best, but there were times where they would be losing games by a lot and they'd throw him in there. And also, the beginning of the season wasn't the best for him, but he also had 55 Ks, which led the team by more than double. So when you look at each player's individual performance, you probably think this team is a 2nd or 3rd seed, or even a fringe playoff team at worst. However, they didn't even make the playoffs and only won 5 games. So it begs to ask the question, why? What went wrong? And in my opinion, the answer to the question is just the defense. They let teams score way too many points, and even when you look at just the box scores of the games, you can see that the game scores are super high. If the Wildcats didn't score above 3 runs, they were probably going to lose the game. So what do they need to do? Now, the obvious thing is they need to draft well at 1. Now, I could see them trading this pick, but I don't really think they should. They could probably get some really good value for it, but I just don't think it's smart. Now, the name that you see floating around a lot is Sean Hornberger, who could definitely go to number 1 to the Wildcats. He is rumored to go there. He has some nasty stuff on the mound and is a good hitter. He is a 2-time MVP in the U17 circuit, so I definitely see this being the right pick for them. With this pickup, if everything goes according to plan, you have 4 really solid pitchers in Pearson, Schultz, Baalman, and Hornberger. However, I believe that you need to trade Pearson. Now, there could be some good value that you get for Pearson. When I talked to Big Dan, he said that he could see Pearson going to the Gators. In my opinion, I don't know what you could get back for Pearson right now. His value is probably going down a little bit, but if you could get draft compensation and build a super young team, that could be something that Schultz is looking to do as well. However, I don't believe it's the smart move. I believe they should trade him for a reliable veteran. Some people that come to mind, in my opinion, are Jason Chadwick or maybe a Zach Whalen, maybe an Andy Durand, something that you could get good value for Pearson, because obviously Pearson can hit and pitch, and all you really need at this point is a good batter. So that's something that Kyle could look to do for sure. However, I'm confident in the Wildcats' ability to bounce back. I think it will be very interesting to see how they play this offseason. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Wildcats will bounce back? What do you think they should do? And as always, leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe, do what y'all need to do, and peace.